Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So today's all about the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. Now this is such a springtime appropriate, gorgeous, light, bright, and beautiful palette. So throw your floral shirt on, girl, because you got a spring look ready to go. I mean, even the packaging is hello die gorgeous. So if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button below to become a part of my YouTube family. And like always, if you have any questions, comments, anything you want to know, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you later. Toodles! Okay guys, I'm starting out with Kardashian Khroma Honey Pot just to hydrate and smooth out my lips. They've been super dry lately, and moving right on to prepping the eye with, as always, my MAC Painterly Paint Pot, my holy grail. Now, moving on to the Naked 3 palette, doing a dance because this palette is so amazing. So I'm going to start out with the color Limit. That is just a really neutral, flat, matte color that goes right in the crease, and I decided to leave this not sped up, so just in real time, so you can see the process instead of speeding through it. I'm just taking my time really carving out that crease area, following along the orbital bone, taking a medium fluffy brush. This is an E25 from Sigma, so it gives you a little bit more precision than the typical super fluffy brush that I use, and just going there, kind of starting in the corner, and then you work your way up, just moving that right along the crease. We really want to start to build the dimension, so that's why we're using a flat matte color so we can create a shadow and really start to sculpt out the eye. Now this palette is so gorgeous and everything's buildable in this look, so you'll see I'm going to keep going in with more and more colors. That next one is called Buzz, so it's a really beautiful, it has shimmer in it, very deep pink color, so I'm just putting that all over my lid to create a base. Now I'm going to brighten it up, I'm going to add other colors on top of it, but I want that to kind of be the structure that I'm building everything on. So just moving that around. That is another Sigma brush, Obsessed, that's the E55, such a great brush. Now I'm going to use the color Strange, which is the lightest color in the palette, just to brighten up my brow bone there, going right under the brow, and moving on to the color Dust. This is, I feel like the camera didn't even do this one justice because it's so bright and shimmery and sparkly and just adds the right amount of both of those options to make your eye just really glow. So going all over the lid with that, and as you'll see, I'm putting it on, but I'm kind of pressing it. I'm not just like rubbing it or swiping it back and forth. I'm really pressing the color in. Since we already have that base built with the other color, you can just kind of gently apply the color on top and place it where you want to, and go right in the inner corner there in the tear duct so you get some brightness in the corner of your eye. And moving on to deepen up that crease, I'm going to be using the color Nooner. So this is another flat matte color. I just want to really, you know, we're building here. Like I've said before, Rome wasn't built in a day, girl. So we need to build up and just keep adding, keep building upon the foundation that we've already started. And that way your look looks a lot more effortless than it actually was. And it transitions and blends and just looks beautiful without any harsh lines, which are our makeup enemy. So speaking of the harsh lines, taking my good old E40 brush, my go-to girl when it comes to buffing and blending. So just really working the top of that crease area there and pushing it up towards that brow bone color, which we used, so everything is flawless. Now we are whipping through this part because, girl, you've seen me do this enough times. You don't need to see the slow-mo on this. Doing my cat eye with my good old Maybeline gel liner, the Eye Studio gel in Blackest Black, going along the inner waterline there, and then popping some good old red cherry lashes on. These are one of my favorite lashes. So a lot of times when you do your liner and you have your lashes on and everything's done, you need to kind of redirect, add, you know, just kind of put everything in its proper place. So that's what I'm doing there. Now that I know exactly how dramatic the cat eye is, I'm just taking it so everything looks like it goes together. Sometimes you gotta just keep pushing, keep moving, keep adding things until it looks just right. Now moving on to foundation. This is a combo, as you can see, of the Motives Custom Blend, which is something that I made, and the Revlon ColorStay Whipped. The Motives is just a teeny bit dark for me right now. Even though it's a custom blend, my skin changes like daily, depending on the varying levels of spray tan that have worn off. So I'm just adding a little mix of the two and just dotting that all over my face and using my very favorite foundation brush of life. Like, Flat Top Kabuki F80 from Sigma is just makes your life so easy. buffs everything in, makes your skin look flawless, and you literally just can so effortlessly move the product around that you're like, what? How was that so easy and I look so good? Like, this is incredible. So just keep pushing that in. I'm also going to do a little combination of stippling there too, where I'm dragging the product around to place it, and then I'm pushing it into the skin so that it gives a more natural skin-like appearance, and you don't have any swipes, any marks, any indication that you were using a brush to kind of transition things around. Now going on to MAC, the Pro Longwear Concealer. This is NW20. Really brighten up the V under my eye there, go along the Cupid's bow, down my nose, and a little on the chin. And then I'm going to use another amazing Sigma brush. Can you tell I just got my Jaclyn Hill Beauty Expert Kit? Like, hello, I'm dying. So this is the Tapered Kabuki F86. Really does a great job with concealer, so you can go back and forth. Make sure you're going in that inner corner and you're pushing in and out with your concealer so that it's less likely to crease on you. Now we're just going to set everything with MAC's Prep and Prime. This is the translucent finishing powder. Pushing it into the skin very, very lightly. I don't need to add a lot of powder because I am dry, and I'm going to move on to the Benefit Hoola Bronzer to really sculpt out my cheekbones. I love this color for so many people. It's such a great contour color because it is a flat matte bronzer. You can really create dimension and just make your skin look gorgeous. I mean, isn't that the whole point? Hello. Under the chin there, went along the hollows of my cheek, up on my temples, and now I go on to a more shimmery bronzer, which is the LORAC TANtilizer. This is the baked bronzer, going in that number 3 from forehead to cheek to under the chin. Now, because we're doing such beautiful pink colors, I decided to go with this Clinique color called Plum Pop that wears super pink and girly and fresh, and it's just like so gorgeous, so springtime appropriate. So I went with that, and then I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier. This is the Shimmer Brick. This one is pink, Shimmer Block, excuse me, pink mosaic, and just dusting that on top of the cheeks so you look like you're glowing from the inside out. Now brows, self-explanatory, comb them out to place them in the correct location, do a little dance there, and then I'm just going underneath the brow and sculpting it out. I'm only going to show you one here so I don't completely bore you, because you know the drill. If you want to see a more in-depth brow tutorial, please let me know. And now I'm going to go under my eye. So I love to mix Liar and Factory on a pencil brush. Those two colors, because they're really warm, like pinky browns, and just go right under the lash line, really buff it in, spread out some of that liner that we put already, and then add a little bit more, which is the Urban Decay. This is the Glide On Pencil in Perversion, and then add the good old mascara. Now, multi-purpose blush function here. I was like, my lips are looking a little dull. I'm going to add this. I already prepped them at the beginning with our honey pot, so I'm just adding this color on top to really tie the look together, and then I was feeling like I wasn't shimmery enough, so I'm using Albatross from NARS there, which comes in a little duo, and just going right on the highlights of my cheek, Cupid's bow, a little on my nose, chin, kind of center of the face, and just really sending that springtime message home that we are dewy and fab. Okay, moving on to our Kardashians En-joystick. This is in the color Babydoll. So beautiful. Just a pure baby doll pink. Like, doesn't get much pinker or like more flattering for everyone. And then I felt like it needed a little more gloss, so back to the honey pot. We're going to put that right in the center. Pop of color, and wham bam, you are done and looking fabulous, ladies. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I look forward to our next meeting. Bye, guys. What was I gonna say? My hair just grew a foot. Thanks for noticing. Our Urban Decay 3. This is a naked palette. How do I say? Figure it out. Ooh, extension realness back here. Don't look back there, girl. It's not camera ready.